We're starting. Welcome to the Inside Dope Show. My name's Kevin. This is the only show deemed worthy enough to lift Thor's hammer. This is Pushing Up Roses, the Stan Lee edition. Let's bring him down and quickly just go through some of the surface level facts about Stan Lee and his life, and then we're going to deep dive into his life and celebrate and appreciate some of his creations and the life of a pop icon, a cultural icon, the late, the great Stan Lee. Stan Lee was born in 1922. He passed away in 2018, and he started to create comic strips and comic strip characters in 1939. Let's just quickly rattle off some of those characters. Spider-Man, obviously. The Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Black Panther, Juggernaut, Human Torch, She-Hulk, Magneto, Cyclops, Green Goblin, Professor X, Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, right? So let's get into these fun facts as we open up Pushing Up Roses, the Stan Lee edition. Did you know that before writing superhero stories, Stan Lee wrote obituaries? Did you know that? Did you know that before that, he wrote a Yummy Mummy blog? That's how this segment goes. Did you know that Stan Lee's favourite comic strip was Daredevil number 47? Did you know that his favourite food was chicken strips? Thanks for tuning in, I appreciate your viewage. Did you know that Stan Lee created an animated adult comedy series called Stripperella starring Pamela Anderson? Did you know that? Did you know that the two married and she took his last name? None of these are fact checked. FYI. Did you know that Stan Lee's favourite character was Doctor Doom? And his least favourite character was Undergrad Brad. This is the Inside Dope Show. Did you know that Stan Lee created the Backstreet Project, which was a comic book based on the Backstreet Boys? Did you know that? Did you know that he was also working on the Spice Project, which was a comic book based on turmeric? Turmeric. Did you know that Spider-Man was created and inspired by a fly climbing a wall? Did you know that Iron Man was inspired by a wrinkled pair of slacks? A wrinkled pair of slacks. Did you know that Stan Lee was influenced as a child by Errol Flynn's Robin Hood? And he was influenced as an adult by Albert Einstein's mustache. I don't know why I like that one, but I really do. When asked which superpower he would most like to have, Stan Lee replied, luck. And when asked which charismatic power he would most like to have, he replied, sassiness. Oh. I hope you're enjoying these as much as I am. Did you know that Stan Lee wrote and published a poem titled God Woke? That's true. Did you know that he also wrote a follow-up poem titled Satan Snoozed? Alright, moving right along. Did you know that between 2008 and 2019, Stan Lee made a cameo in all his films? You probably knew that, but I don't think you knew this. During the same time period, he also made a delicious spinach and cheese quiche. Did you know? Let me just regain my composure. We've got a few of these to go. 4 more to go. Thanks again for tuning in. This is the Stan Lee edition of Pushing Up Roses for the Inside Dope Show. Did you know that Stan Lee co-wrote training films for the US Army with the man that we now better known as Dr. Seuss? I didn't know that. There you go. Did you know they also co-wrote a film about trains called Steam Engines and Trams? Yep, I agree. Gets across. Did you know that Stan Lee co-wrote a reboot of Romeo and Juliet with superhuman soldiers? That's true. Did you know that he also co-wrote a reboot of The Crucible with some red chick? I think that's a joke for some of the more keen Marvel fans. Alright, as we see the finish line in sight. Did you know that in 2008, Stan Lee received the American National Medal of the Arts? And in 2009, he received a 2010 Marvel wall calendar. That must be significant somehow. Who knows? And the last fun fact, celebrating and appreciating the life and creations of Stan Lee, may he rest in peace, is, did you know that a printing error turned the Incredible Hulk from grey to green? The Incredible Hulk, originally grey, a printing error turned him into green. Did you know that a kayaking error turned Stan Lee from dry to wet? Alright, that's it for this week. Stan Lee, pushing up roses, may he rest in peace. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other and to yourselves. Peace.